Chapter 6. Oh boy, we've made it! Don't worry, Annie, we're almost there. Pretty soon we'll get you back to Amarillo, and I'll be able to start a better life away from that place, he exclaimed with joy as he parked his cycle next to the ditch entrance of the boulder he had come so well to know. Come, it's this way, he pointed as he reached back for Annie's hand. As he turned back around, he stared at the glimmer of Jack's silver gun pointed straight at his chest a few yards away. Jack had appeared from the side of the boulder while Dallas was preoccupied. Well, if it isn't Big Daddy Dallas, mass criminal smuggler and kidnapper. Seems the great secret to your success isn't much of a secret anymore. Jack Jameson, how did... All of a sudden a gunshot rang out louder than any shot that Big Daddy Dallas or Jack Jameson had ever heard in all of their gunfights. They both turned to the entrance of the cave to see a stream of smoke weave back and forth into the air just outside the ditch as the gunshot continued to echo through the crevices of the rocky cave. A black gun appeared out of the shadows, clutched tightly by Susie Salmon. Annie Goldsmith's white dress slowly faded into a dark ruby red as she fell to the ground. The bullet had pierced through her heart. Jack and Dallas both screamed in agony and feared for the worst. Jack ran Annie's side on the cold dirt as Dallas glared blankly at his once true love. "Susie, what have you done?" Dallas cried. "Where did you get that gun?" "I sold that ruby necklace to buy it. You remember? The one necklace you bought me back when you loved me? I loved you for years, Dallas, and all of a sudden you pick up and leave with this innocent girl, as if that all meant nothing." As Susie continued to pour out her hatred that grew for Dallas, his face grew redder as anger and sorrow wrapped around his heart. He turned towards Jack, his eyes piercing straight into his. Jack knew what was going through his mind, because the same thing was running straight through his. If Dallas had never kidnapped Annie, she wouldn't have died. If Jack had never tried to save Annie, she wouldn't have died. They each stood up glaring at each other. Jack didn't want to fight, but he knew there would be nothing to stop Big Daddy Dallas from avenging the one thing he seemed to love enough to leave Susie for.